Hello, beautiful soul. I am your host, Chrissy, and this is your weekly dose of inspiration, motivation, transformation, and good vibes. Come tune in, be inspired with everything and anything under the sun, from the stories and transformations by our guests from different walks of life. Make us your Monday motivation habit. Welcome to our beautiful soul tribe. Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to our Monday Motivation Habit. Thank you for allowing us to start your week with inspiration that could help you transform in finding your best self. Our guest for today is the epitome of beauty inside and out. She's literally a beauty queen. She's Miss World Philippines 2003, but she's more than just a pretty face. She's also a certified esthetician and bartender, a host in Love with Me series, a personality development coach, a founder and owner of Mafae Management Consultancy, a sacred space holder, and a proud mama of six. She lives by her motto of action speaks louder than words, and that world is yours. Aside from her big heart and amazing personality, she's known to be everybody's cheerleader. I'm just so excited to introduce you to this lovely lady. So let's welcome Mafae Yunon Belasco.
Hello, Christine. Thanks for having
Hello.
me.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Happy
So
Monday.
happy
I'm so happy
Monday.
to be here. Your Monday motivation habit. It's such an honor. And congratulations to you for inspiring and empowering everyone with your passion project. Hello, beautiful soul.
Thank you. Thank you for saying yes to this interview. And I'm just so excited to get this started. So, so it's amazing that you actually get to wear so many hats and that you juggle everything just fine. So, aside from your mama hat, which one of this is actually closest to your heart and what makes it special?
Good question because it's a tough one. um, yeah, of course, being a mama is very special to me. And I feel as though my maternal instinct that I learned obviously from empowered women such as my mom and my grandma, and now my mother-in-law, and also other women who are has that natural glow of just taking care of others. So the other thing that's probably really close to my heart is mentoring others, because it just falls under that same motherhood or instinct of just knowing when people need help or support. And just like you said earlier, being a cheerleader for others includes everyone. I mean, apart from my children, apart from my husband, my family, it's other people that I know that can inspire others. And when I see that I can be able to be that extra push, then that's where I have that high. So that's what's close to my heart. And just having met you, of course, recently, and now I feel as though that we are sisters and family, and empowering others through our sacred space, through the Wellbeing Boost program as facilitators. It's such an amazing talent to have, because alam mo naman, I am a frustrated singer, so I'm just grateful that God gave me a mouthpiece to be able to inspire others.
Actually, you're like I cannot imagine how much more you can add to what you're doing already, because I feel like you're doing a lot and you get to be with everyone and you get to empower everyone and you also have time for yourself. It's so
Yes.
amazing. I find it really amazing how you're able to manage to have time, to find time for everything. And yeah, so a common denominator is that you with everything that you do is that you get to motivate others, right? And um I would just like to understand more as to what is it that inspires you? I mean, sure, you get to see all this beautiful lives unfolding before you, but is there any more drive that's underneath that, or it's really that you wanted to just keep on inspiring and motivating and cheerleading?
Well, it has to. I think I have to talk about my childhood
Mhm.
and just seeing how my parents were that strong pillar for themselves, for me, my brother at the time, and just making that transition of leaving a comfort zone. Right? They lived in the Philippines, of course. Their family was here, their friends. They did have work, but I guess they did see that there was more. There was more opportunity migrating to another country, which was Australia. So we migrated when I was six years old. That was in the 80s, late 80s. And then I just saw them, you know, being emotional leaving their family, but at the same time, I knew that they had to do or make a sacrifice to be able to have, I guess, um, a better lifestyle or many more opportunities for not them, for us, like me and my brother, and just seeing how they grew to where they are now, and with no complaints, with just working hard, putting their head down, and at the same time, with my dad, his personality is to always make others happy too. I think I got more of that, the PR, the hosting from him, and the strong core, and the strong heart and the kind heart from my mom. So imagine to mix that together. Um,
Beautiful.
that was what was given to me. God uh, allowed them to create me and my brothers to be able to inspire others, and through our own stories you would be surprised. I mean, I think we haven't really got into the nitty gritty of what my background was, but just to give you, a little bit of inspiration, that we started from humble beginnings. We were not well off. Even moving to Australia, we lived in our first home in a small studio, and that was just me being kind, saying a studio. We were actually living in a laundry room in somebody else's, this big mansion, and the laundry room at their backyard was our first home in Sydney.
Mm.
And just seeing my parents, being content, just praying the rosary every night, and then seeing them grow and just expand into, I guess, um, you know, being thankful what they're receiving, and the consistency of just praying, having a strong faith. I saw them, well, us move from house to house, and then all of a sudden um, one day already was able to be gifted our own house that they own, and then own vehicles that my parents worked hard for, and then our house to a bigger house, and then now my parents are still working hard in their 60s. Just recently my youngest brother graduated high school, so that's another big achievement for them. So I think that's where I really became the strong person that I am. Just having the humble beginnings, just being grateful, having a strong faith. And I too took the risk of living a comfort zone and trying to live a dream that I thought that I can pursue to help others. And if I talk about the pageantry, how I started, I can be honest that that wasn't the calling that I thought that I was going to do. I love tennis. I was an athlete first and foremost. And my aunt, Desiree Verdadero, was a beauty queen in 1984. She was Binibining Pilipinas Universe, represented the country in Florida. And I never said to myself that I wanted to follow her footsteps. I just said, wow, my aunt is inspiring. It's amazing. But I guess God had different plans and said, no, you're following her
Yeah.
footsteps. And yeah, and how I was introduced to that was joining Miss Philippines Australia. And I guess my tennis career, as much as I wish that I was able to represent the country in a sport, winning Miss Philippines Australia allowed me to open my eyes on what the pageant, that platform was all about. So when I won Miss Philippines Australia, I was given a chance to come to the Philippines, and the money that I was able to raise, along with my dad's association, which I'm forever grateful for, Aguman Kapampangan. We visited Home for the Angels. It was, I think, a charity of abandoned children, which was a project by, at that time, the wife of Mayor Lito Atienza, and also Hospicio de San Jose.
Mm-hmm.
And at the same time, my dad's association also had scholars, so I got to meet them. And just having that experience and being able to live in a place where I was able to get my education, had my own comfort, having hot water, having food, having just, needs that not everybody has. I mean, family, family is something that I hold close to my heart, and just witnessing others, fellow Filipinos that did not have family, it hurt me. That's when I told my mom, oh my gosh, if I wore a crown and a sash and I'm able to speak to decision makers, people that are able to build organizations or charities like this to help others like that, I want to be part of that. I want to be part of that in the Philippines, or maybe even internationally. So that's when I put my heart and soul into wanting to pursue a bigger crown, which was obviously Miss Philippines. And at that time, I still had one more year of college, and when I told my parents that I wanted to pursue that, they said, yes, we will support you, but the agreement is you finish education first. We even wrote like a little mini contract about it. And yeah, I showed my daughter just recently, and I was like, my gosh, how crazy it is when you manifest things, it happens. And the three things on that contract was to finish my studies,
Mm-hmm.
to save enough money to support my dream, which was moving to the Philippines. And then the third one was representing the Philippines, in the beauty pageant, and my mom signed it, I signed it, and I was just like, wow, how crazy is that? And when I finally made that decision to come to the Philippines and pursue, Binibining Pilipinas, that's when I finally said, okay, I want Miss Universe. I want to follow my aunt's crown and her footsteps. But again, God had His own plans for me, and to cut this long story short, coming to the Philippines, I had to be here 6 months prior to the pageant because of the residency. And to fast forward, it was tough. It was challenging. There was no internet like this. There was no Viber, WhatsApp, or video call. So I spent a lot of my savings on just calling overseas, crying to
Oh,
my
wow.
mom, questioning why I was here, And she was my strong pillar, as well as my dad and my brother, who always told me, "Nandyan ka na eh.
True.
This is what you wanted."
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing that made me strong is my mom telling me, try mo lang, kasi you can always come back. You are here. You always have an opportunity here in Australia. So don't have regrets. And that's something that I will always like hold on as a strong support. And so I did it, and 6 months came. I became an official candidate. And then, oh my gosh, that's where the kind of roller coaster ride started. Is when I sat down with the lawyer, and during that time, the legal aspect was after you became official candidate. Now
Mm-hmm.
they do it before. So when you audition, you sit down already with the lawyers, so that they can check that your residency is okay, your
Eligibility.
the correct, I guess, citizenship and things like that. So when I sat with the lawyer, I was like happy because I did my dues, right? 6 months.
Yes.
Tagal din nun, no? So when I gave him my passport, he goes, oh, you have a stamp, 6 months. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yes, sir. I've been here 6 months for the residency. He goes, no, it's 1 year. So you're
Oh,
disqualified. I was like, what? I'm like, hold on a second. No, I was told this. He's like,
yeah.
no, it's 1 year. He gave me back my passport. He goes, next. I was like, what? What
That's
now?
it.
Like, oh my gosh. For 1 week, Christine, I was crying. I called my mom. Ano yun? Like, what happened? Like 6 months just went past for nothing. And I had other mentors telling me, let's join another pageant. Let's wait another 6 months. And, it was just heartbreaking because that was what I had planned,
Mm.
that was what I wanted. And then all cried out for 1 week. It was the 40th year of Binibining Pilipinas, so it was a big deal. Like it was a big event, and I think there was a few of us that was disqualified that year. There was other Phil foreigners that was also part of it, and I guess Stella Arnetta, who is now my godmother, whoever I'm forever grateful for. She discussed with the lawyers, let's allow them to join, but next year let's become more stricter. So when they finally called me after a week, I think by then, Christine, I was all cried out. Like I was already cold. Um, and they called me Mafae, and I was like, "Yes, hello, hello, ma'am." And then she's like, "You're an official candidate again. Please come back. We have events ongoing, so we would like you to be part of it." Parang yung reply ko lang, "Oh, okay, okay, thank you." Wala nang excited kasi I felt as though, oh my gosh, ano ba yan? Like it's a roller coaster ride. But then now I look back, I think God made me experience that so I can be stronger. I then told myself after that phone call, I will just enjoy this. If it's for me, it's for me. I represent my family. I represent, of course, my faith in God, and just use this platform with that intention. But if I don't win, it's okay. I can always go back to my family. I can always go back to Australia and have other opportunities. So yun yung mindset ko. And then when it got drawn near to the pageant night, I guess I was feeling like, okay, I'm in it to win it. Like I'm here,
Yeah.
so I might as well pursue, the big goals, which is, of course, follow my aunt's footsteps on having a crown, and also allowing this platform to be, to use it wisely. Because people are looking at me for inspiration. People are wondering what I'm going to say. So when it came down to it, I really wanted the universe, but then, of course, God has His own ways, His own plans, and granted me the Miss World crown. I found out then later on that I could not win Miss Universe anyway, because for the international pageant, you have to be in the Philippines for 1 year. So our Binibini was February, Miss Universe was already March, and then Miss World was December. So my 1 year was the August. So for
Okay.
sure, I could not win Miss Universe anyways,
Yeah.
which was fine because I did not know that till after I won. Otherwise, I would have had this like, feeling like, oh my goodness, what am I here for, kind of thing again. So it was totally fine because now I have 108 girls that I could call, also my sister that live around the world, that I can just call on, and having that relationship or that experience with them was just amazing. And I hope I answered your question.
Yes, no, definitely you did, and I put a lot of things there actually. Like I feel that's why I'm so like, how do I put it? I'm so attracted to your vibe, if I put it correctly, because I feel like I resonate with you a whole lot. Like one, we also our family also started from humble beginnings, and what kept us going also is our strong faith in God. And I'd say we do have such an amazing support system, and I'm so happy to hear from you. How your parents are very supportive. I mean, at 21 years old, you
Yeah.
leaving the country. I mean, you leaving them and then going back to another country. I mean, even if you have family here, your
Hmm.
family is there. So and you know how Filipino families are. We're so attached, and I just feel like parents tend um to be attached more to their kids, and it's such an amazing feat on their side to just let you go at 21. I mean,
Well, I
okay.
think their only request was to finish the education. That's why even for my kids, I always tell them that that is the key to success. I mean, of course, continuous learning, but to just finish your college degree, I mean, that will help you. That
Yeah.
will help you be, a game changer also, wherever you want to land. For me, I know 21 was still young. I had a lot to learn. I mean, looking back, that's one thing that me and my co-pageant sisters always laugh about is our
Mhm.
Q&A. Because it's like,
Mhm.
now I feel as though I could have said this, I could have said that. But then
Yeah.
at the same time, it's like things happen for a reason.
Sure.
And that's possibly the reason why I'm here now telling my story, sharing my
Mhm.
story so that I can inspire other girls who want to follow that the that same experience, or
Yeah.
now even as an entrepreneur, how I
Mhm.
can lead them to better have communication skills
Mhm.
and to understand the business world, because it's also a different ball game.
Mm-hmm. And another thing that amazes me actually is when you spoke about being or wanting to have that platform, wanting to win the crown, not for yourself,
Yeah.
okay, but for others.
Hmm.
Like you realize on such an early age that if you have a big platform, you can actually make a bigger difference. And
Yes.
you made it like you leaving that comfort zone and just wanting to impact lives, not even thinking about um whether you'd actually win or not. But like putting your heart there that I want this so that I could help others. That's an amazing purpose. That life is bigger than me. And
Yes.
at 21, I'm like, what am I doing at 21?
Well, that's why, my biggest passion is the youth, because that's when, looking back,
Mm-hmm.
exactly your question, like what were we doing when we were 21? What are the 21-year-olds doing now?
Yeah.
There are some that are living a life, with great mentorship, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that's very key. When you have that, positive mentor that allows you to understand certain things before they experience it, then they're guided, right? And so, with that, they can achieve everything and anything. And with
Greater.
me, yeah, and I want to say that I wanted to do so much at a young age. I mean, I started working at age of 12. So
Wow.
even like experiencing earning money at that early age, of course, I was hungrier. Like I wanted more. I wanted to experience more. My parents had to like give me the breaks a little, and say, just enjoy your childhood too.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
But there is that balance. There is that balance, and again, it's just seeking, the people that have paved the way for you, because we're all not perfect. I can admit that I'm not a perfect person. I'm still learning from
Mm-hmm.
everything that I'm doing right now, even as a mom, as a sister, as a friend, as a motivation speaker. I'm continually learning from others. I ask questions nonstop, you
Mm-hmm.
know and that's something to really add to your toolbox, just like Kimmy Lou, our life coach. She always talks about a toolbox, and if you know about that toolbox at an early age and you just keep filling it up,
True.
you're going to be okay. Anything you want to do in life, you can do it, or at least try and
Mm-hmm.
see that if you're going to like it or not. I mean, that's the only way that you will have that, memory, or that, priceless moment, or aha moment, right?
A moment. Yes.
For me, I've learned the hard way, and so that's why I am always happy to have some, like young people have that aha moment in front of me. That's what I seek. Like that's my biggest passion. When they're like, "Oh, that's right,"
To be
you
done.
know? Yeah.
Right? Okay. So that's just amazing. And I know how many lives you've touched already. And with everything that you're doing and all the people that you're handling, I would like to know, did you ever feel burnt out? And if
Hmm.
you did, like what kept you going?
Every day. every day. I mean, we're humans, right? And it's just a matter of exercising on how you can have that energy,
Mm-hmm.
and your why and your purpose. For me, every day I feel tired. Every day I feel like, okay, I'm overdoing it. But then I
Mm-hmm.
go back, okay, I can go have an exercise for 5 minutes or 8 minutes or even meditate for 15 minutes. I need to have those, I guess, I need to reach those habits or rituals. I mean, of course, I learned them through the years, but as simple as me just having a step back, just breathing for even like 10 seconds and just hugging my kids, it
Wow.
brings me it brings me back. Or even just reaching out to my mom and telling her, "How are you?" And she asked me, how I am, and you're doing a great job. I love you, anak.
Mm-hmm.
Yun na. For me, I mean, it's already rewarding for me to receive love from the people I care about, and then that makes me energized to give more love to others. You know, I think people sometimes feel like, oh, I have to take a trip or have a vacation. I mean, how hard is that to do now, right? All you have to do is really just close your eyes. Close your eyes, breathe, and or to me, sometimes I just open the window and let like air come to my face because we cannot be picky right now. Obviously, we're limited to doing things that we love to do. I mean, people love to go to the gym. People love to go to the beach. I mean, you have to plan all these things.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, there's so many things that we can do by just breathing, by just sitting in a chair and not think about anything. Put your phone down for a second. You know, Whoever needs you at that second, they will keep needing you, but you need to need yourself. You need to be kind to yourself. You know, you won't be able to think clearly if you're just going to serve and serve and serve, right?
That is so
Um,
true.
as much as I love doing that, what about you? Right? You can even just have a simple prayer, like close your eyes and say, "Dear Lord, can you please help me right now? Energize me." You know. And I'm telling you, my life is not easy. My shoes is not easy. I
Mm-hmm.
might make it look easy because people do not see how I energize myself,
Mm-hmm.
but I have a lot of mentors. People that I mentor also mentor me.
Oh
It's a give
wow.
and take, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
even you're inspiring me right now.
Hmm.
You're filling my heart right now, and everybody else has tuned in. Thank you, everyone. My family, my husband, my kids, my team, my MMC team, forever grateful. And I think, the attitude of gratitude that we're doing, right?
Yes. Yes.
Um, that is so key, especially this year, the past few months that I've been exercising that. And, for Kimmy to even highlight that, doing your gratitude habits, it,
True.
it really stops, what is it? It interferes the anxiety.
Oh
You know,
yes.
once you start thinking what you're grateful for, whatever that was distracting you or making you feel insecure or overwhelmed disappears. Diba?
Yes.
And that is something that I want to share with everyone. Like it's continuous sharing with people. And I know not everybody is comfortable with sharing gratitude with strangers. But when you think of, again, quoting Kimmy, because this is something that I've heard from her 6, 7 years ago, and
Yes.
it's just been instilled in my heart, is that you're at the right place at the right time with the right people.
True.
It's so powerful, right? And when you're doing things for the good of the universe,
Mm-hmm.
respecting others, respecting yourself, you're not, it's always right.
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
But,
Sorry, Christine, I can preach and preach and preach all
no,
day.
but it's really wonderful everything that you're saying because um I can't I can only talk about my experience. And with the experience that I've had, I can say I grew up in such a world where material things status quo.
Yeah.
Like material things makes the world go around in a way. Like you have to have the latest gadget, you have to have the latest this and that and whatnot to make you happy. But
Yes.
then you're telling me now that, and like traveling is a thing, and going out, going to this different Instagram worthy places is a thing. But then now you telling me that when you're burnt out, and you do get burnt out every day, for you to admit that, the vulnerability there, it's inspiring because you make it sound that it's okay for you to be burnt out, and it's okay for you to acknowledge it. You don't have to have this tough exterior all the time. You don't have to let people see that you got everything all together all the time. And the way that you re-energize, a simple hug from your kids, or a simple "I'm proud of you." Oh my gosh, I'm tearing up. Wait. So a simple "I'm proud of you" anak from your mom. It's wait.
Kaya mo yan.
Okay. It's disarming. It's nothing that is usual,
Hmm.
because when you live in a world where it's not common to say, oh, huh, wait.
Breathe, Christine.
Do this. Okay. So when you live in a world where it's not common to hear all these things, it's not common that a hug, a kiss is appreciated. And then you know, you're in the top of the world already. And this re-energizes you. These things keeps you going. It's
Mhm.
amazing. It feels good in the heart. And faith in humanity restored.
Well, that's what I want to, achieve for everyone. Because, like you
Hmm.
said, material things they come and go. I mean,
Hmm.
there's always going to be a new gadget or a new game console, right? And that was like the conversation I had with my children. I want to be able to give them the world, but then, providing them with love, true love, and just giving them those praises is already enough.
It
And
is.
that's how I grew up like that. I was not about material things. I was loving the fresh air. I was loving the family bondings. Every weekend it would be just a family gathering. It doesn't matter if we see each other every other day, but every Saturday, Sunday would be just food on the table and we just communicate. And that's something that I do want to share with the youth right now. Value the time that you have with your family,
So true.
every second of the day. And I think that's the biggest lesson for 2020 is that
It
just getting
is.
back rooted. You just rooted with God. Remember your roots with your family. I mean, for me, to be honest, I love history. That's my favorite subject.
Mhm.
And just asking question after question to my family tree, my elders, it excites me. And I'm just like, wow, we're also part of that because we can share our stories through, with our younger nieces, nephews, and to our children. You know, and it's just an amazing, I guess, thing that you can pass on that is very valuable. The stories that we share, and like you were sharing that you only have your experience, but yes, your experience is amazing because you only experience that, and when you share it to someone else, may aha moment din sila. Like, wow, if Aunt Christine or Ate Christine or my wife Christine did that, I can do it too, right?
I have a lot
So,
of moments with you right now.
oh, diba? I told you. Have a
Mhm.
good time, yeah. But
This is
yes.
amazing. Like, huh, I want to know more. But okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, so with everything that you have achieved, would you consider yourself successful already? And if so, what would you say are your ingredients for success?
Successful is such a valuable status,
Mm-hmm.
right? For me, being successful is having my children all happy, and
Mm-hmm.
healthy. My parents happy and healthy also and proud of me. My husband happy also with himself and also empowering others. With all my achievements, I feel as though there's many more. I always clarify or my clarity to myself is that if each day I can make a person smile, that's success for me. And if my story can change somebody else's life for a better, that's success for me. And as you know, there's many people around the world. So I think success is still far for me
Mm.
to say that I'm successful, right?
But
But if I can also be that domino effect, like if I can make others fulfill the same role that I'm doing right now, then that's also, the little wins, the daily wins, right? And again, through your platform, we're doing it right now. Thanks to
yeah,
you.
it's I find it really amazing how you do this. But these things that you're mentioning are priceless. Happiness, health, and touching lives, and with the meters that you are um letting others experience. I feel like it really is such a huge shoe to fill in.
Yeah.
Amazed how you can actually fill it in, and you have the energy to just keep on going and going, and without spreading yourself thin. you know Amazing.
Well, sometimes my husband's like, "Hey, are you gonna sleep?" And I'm like, "Oh yes, I will. Hold on a second." But again, going back to what is your purpose? What is your why? Right? For me, is obviously spreading positivity, making sure that I do save lives. And right now, our family campaign or our belief is, we need to save lives online because that's how we can reach everyone right now. Everyone around the world. And so, with that platform, with that experience for being in front of the camera, I think I enjoy it more being behind the camera where I am like that earlier cheerleader for others like
Yeah.
you. I want you to be able to show that you have these talents. You have this podcast that will empower others. I would rather be the one behind the scenes saying, "Yes, Christine, you can do it. We'll do it like this. We'll make it like that." And then when everything like just falls into place, that's when for me my heart is just whole. I was like, wow, all that planning, all that manifesting to the universe, it's happening, you know and then with you just doing what your actions are is a domino effect. People will then have the courage and understand why it's so important to use what we have as inspiring stories to save others who are still, I don't want to say weak, but not ready.
Yeah.
Because everyone can have that moment, you know. And I do encourage everyone to reach out. When you have a dream, when you have a passion, all you have to do is reach out and find those people that will make it happen, right? So that's what I'm excited for.
It is really exciting. And when you were talking, I was actually I've something popped in my head. It's a phrase. It says like it has something to do with you have to find that the guts to
Hmm.
put your story out there, because somebody somewhere is just actually waiting for your story. They're waiting for whatever it is within them to be to resonate to somebody. And unless you put your story out there, you're actually also limiting others to put themselves out there. So what you are doing right now, the ripple effect, the domino
Hmm.
effect, it's ah, I'm lost for words. But
Hmm.
okay. With everything, okay, we're going back to everything that you've done,
Mhm.
is there one more thing that you would want to do to add to whatever it is, the list of the things that's going on with your life right now? Is there one more thing that you would want to do?
Ay, nako, Christine, if you ask me that question, I would tell you a lot of things that I
Oh,
want to
not
do.
just one, huh?
But but then again, that's the reason why I built or I created Mafae Management.
Mm-hmm.
Is because I wanted to do so many things. And alam mo naman that saying, jack of all trades, master of none, right? So I took that and I made it into a positive, which is creating Mafae Management, where we specialize in marketing and PR, and at the same time manage talents, wherein I'm able to be somewhat their protector, to be able to get them that good opportunity. I have become an accountant, human resource, a life coach, even before I really went into learning about life coaching. And of course, a personality development coach, and then a lawyer, a photographer. Like, I think, became that support system to all my talents. So through my talents, I learned through them. So I have a list of these amazing creatives that their passion is something that I cheer them on with and learn at the same time without really getting that degree. Like, honestly, my biggest dream, or maybe something on my list that can still be a possibility, is to be a lawyer, so that I can really understand the legalities of contracts. At the same time, I know I did say, I think a year ago, because I was already starting my application, was to be a lawyer for families, to
Wow.
protect families, to protect children. And I know that's something that I'm already doing now, but that would be it, I think, to answer your question.
Attorney
Yes.
Mafe. I like that's beautiful. Oh my gosh. I feel like you make it you make it sound like age is just a number, and that we can just go on and on and on and achieving things and learning things. And imagine all these hats, and you have 6 kids, and I'm like, okay, beautiful kids. Look at
Well,
that.
that's the reason why I do everything. Like, my husband and I, we only know our work is for them. We grind it out so that we can make sure that our future is okay and our grandkids' futures are okay. And I think that's something that we wanted to start because we saw that in our own parents. They were ones that were just working hard. So for Nick and I, we wanted to build that platform for them, that we can own a business. We don't have to work for other people. We can cater to people's needs, but with the intention of doing good for them. And at the same time, we make the rules. We can provide a service that becomes a safe and comfortable place. So I value relationships, and that's one thing that I also do want to encourage everyone, that everyone you meet, you just never know when you will need each other. So that's one number one rule, I think, in life in general.
Like, we just really have to understand each other. Everybody's going through phases. Everybody is going through something, and it's just a matter of being there for them and understanding that whatever it is, that's that however they are treating you, it's actually more of them than of you.
Yes.
Like, it's because they are going through something, and they actually need someone who would understand them better. I love what you're doing. You can realize things. I mean, you're making me realize all, like turning everything around in a good way,
Hmm.
like seeing struggles, but realizing the learnings that comes with it, which is awesome.
But I mean,
So,
it goes back to our faith, diba? I
yeah.
mean, once you understand your relationship with God, and you understand that everything we have, everything we do is because of Him. So
Mhm.
if you just trust the plans, then everything will be okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, my husband always questions me when, he sees that, how come you're not nervous? How come you're not scared? And I said, well, it's not up to me anyway. I mean, I can only be a good person. I can only treat people right. Anything else that happens, I have no control, right? It's God controlling everything. Yun lang gusto niya that we should do is treat others with respect.
True. That is so true. Yes, this or something better. Yes. And then another actually that's one of the things that I realized during the well-being boost program that I've had with Kimmy. It is that when something happens that is not what I wanted, I don't question anymore as to why it is happening to me.
Mm.
My question shifted into what is my situation trying to teach me. So, I believe, yes, it goes back to faith.
Yes.
Like, God, not why, what are you trying to teach me? Yes, why is this happening to me? What is it that I'm not learning yet? Right?
Exactly.
Amazing. So there's so much more that I would want to ask, but we've reached our fast talk.
Yes, go for it.
Yes. So now we're down to our fast talk. But first, we'd like to say hi to some of our viewers. Hello, Michelle, Christine, Nico, Manel, Maria, Tin, Alexandra. Kimmy is here as well. Hello, everyone. Good
Hi
morning.
guys. Love you all. Thanks for tuning in.
Yes. So we're down to our fast talk. For your first question, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I see myself still empowering and inspiring others. I will be a lawyer.
Yeah, absolutely. Attorney Market.
My children will be happy and healthy, and we possibly will have traveled already to visit family or vice versa. At the same time, congratulating you for maybe your various seasons,
Yeah.
Christine. And then again, also producing many films
Oh,
and shows online in the big screen with an amazing team. I have to credit also, another my Mafae management team, MMC, as well as my MAM Media team and MAM Holdings. I'm forever grateful for having a blessing of another mentor in my life, Michael McDermott. So with that, 5 years from now, guys, watch out.
beautiful. A lot of things in 5 years. Okay. So, next is one thing. What is that one thing that your heart truly desires? Just
Love,
one.
love, love from my family, love from others, and thank yous.
Thank
Thank
you.
you for just being there.
I think thank you is actually very underrated. I feel like everybody these days feels so entitled into receiving a lot of things or receiving things in general, but when you actually do something for them, or like even when others do something for me, actually I'm also guilty about that one, that thank you is not given enough. So
Mhm.
yes, definitely thank
Yes. Encourage everyone to say thank you to
you. Yeah,
everyone that you love today. Watch them smile. You smile back.
thank you. Okay. Okay, so for your last question, if you can only choose one to inspire, to motivate, or to transform, which one would it be and why?
Mahirap yan ah. Cannot just be all mixed together.
Which one?
Uh, okay. I think I would have to agree with Kimmy because she had a really great answer with that. Transformation is part of being a motivator, someone to inspire others, and at the same time being that person that reinvents themselves to be that good ambassador for others to see. so that they can also have a great transformation. And with that, again, goes with being a cheerleader. When you cheer them on, they're able to transform with courage and confidence and understanding and really accepting the plans that they have in this amazing life. We only have one, guys, so take advantage. Every day counts. Every person that you deal with counts. So just imagine the big why for you is saving somebody else's life, whether it is your parents, your sibling, your best friend. Kung ano naman ginagawa mo, they're watching you,
Sure.
right? And even if it's a stranger, even better. And you're able to receive good feedback on what you're doing, what you're posting, what you're achieving. I'm always inspired by a lot of people every day. That's what helps me also. All the transformation of everyone. I mean, the other night, 62
Oh yeah,
individuals said yes to
yeah,
us in our free journaling workshop, the
yeah.
teaser of the Wellbeing Boost program. So I encourage everyone, if you want to learn more about what we do, Christine is also part of the Wellbeing Boost program facilitators, along with our other beautiful facilitators, and of course, our mentor, Kimi Lu. Grabe. I'm just so in awe that God allowed me, like you said, I keep adding on my plate, allowed
Yeah.
me to have this on my plate because it's just truly made me more, seeing my purpose, seeing my why.
And it really feels good in, I mean, like in your in your whole being. It really feels good that you get to see how others transform, or even like how there is a little bit more motivation for them to be better, to get better even. And I'm really happy with what we are doing, especially with the well-being boost program, which is today is actually the last day of the special rate,
Oo
right?
nga, no? Yes,
Yeah,
guys, sign up
great.
and enroll. Make your 2021 even more amazing. And
Yeah,
I know I have been congratulating a lot of people who have become life coaches during this time. Let this be part of you adding to your toolbox. Because I know for me, um, I can admit that I don't know everything. I don't know it offhand. But when I am able to learn from others or even meet other people that I can be inspired by, then there's so many other people that will want or you will be able to attract. And I think somebody was telling me the other day that I think maybe it was Kimmy or someone else, but they said that the pie has so much more,
mm,
for everyone to cater to. So regardless whether you're a life coach here in the Philippines or abroad, grabe guys, there's so many people to help.
that is so true. Because I feel like it's still not a common thing to ask for help. Like what Kimi and I were mentioning the last Monday, that
Mhm.
it is still it's somewhat taboo to ask for help, right? But it's not. It would make your life so much easier, and there's no judgment,
Mhm.
and it's the space that we hold is safe. You know, no judgment. You can be your authentic self, be unapologetically you,
Yes.
and all that. So, ah,
Even sitting in silence together, that was something that was very valuable to me. But again, guys, if you want to learn more, ask us, reach out to us because I think Christina and I are on a high because we have experienced this.
yeah,
We're only humans, guys. We're not perfect. So just know that you're not alone.
yes, you're not alone, and um, we're just one click away,
Yes.
literally. Feel free to message us or comment, and we would be more than willing to talk things through. I mean,
Yes.
explain and all that. So, thank you so much. This has
Thank
been such a
you.
wonderful morning. I can't believe that it's finally ending. But yes, thank you so much for giving us your time and for sharing us your experience. amazing.
Thank
You
you,
know,
Christine,
I
for
think
having me.
I can think of any other word but amazing. I'm just like I'm amazed with each answers, with each experiences, and like I don't know how you do it. Maybe it is really the faith, that kept you going because everything that you've gone through, you make it sound easy, but it's not. I'm pretty sure it's not. You know,
You can
but
ask
the
my
way,
kids. They're with me all the time. They're like,
yeah, but
Mom.
the way that you put it, it's like, it's just life. It happens and it's fine. So, really inspirational, motivating, amazing, amazing. So, I'm pretty sure our viewers and listeners would also love to get in touch with you. So, how can they reach you? And is there anything coming up that you would want to share with everyone?
Yes, please, guys, follow my platforms. I'm all over social media because I feel as though that's a place right now where God is making me really reach out to others. So I'm on Instagram, Mafae B. My show also is In Love with Me series, and Mafae Management Consultancy on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Go ahead and reach out and just let me know if you would like words of inspiration, or I can refer to you to my other mentors who are always open and willing to help others too. And of course, we have our Wellbeing Boost program coming up for 2021. Like Christine said, it's the last day today for the promo. So there's a few slots left. We're 50%, I understand. And I think there's more that signed up. But I do encourage you guys to invest in yourself, because that's the way that you're able to gain more opportunities, knowledge, and to inspiring others. I mean, for me, personal experience, I've gained more amazing business relationships that turned into family during 2020 because I've allowed myself to learn more and surround myself with like-minded people. So I love you all, Sacred Space holders and Wellbeing Boost facilitators, and of course, Kimi Lou, love you so much. My family, always there supporting my roller coaster rides and crazy ideas. I am forever grateful for you guys. And for everybody tuned in, do follow Hello Beautiful Soul podcast because she has more amazing guests for you every Monday. Mark your calendars, 11:30 a.m. in Manila. And for everyone tuned in, love you guys and thank you for also taking a time to hang out with us on a Monday morning. And I know it's a holiday today, so happy Bonifacio Day to everyone in the Philippines.
Yes, again, thank you so much, Mafe. Thank you also to our viewers and listeners who spent time with us. I would love to hear your thoughts. Don't be shy to send me and Mafe a message or leave a review about the podcast on Spotify. This video would also be up on my YouTube channel, which is Flourishing Bella. And kindly do follow, like, and subscribe on our social scenes. So you can catch Mafe on Instagram and Facebook. It's Mafe. It's at Mafe B, at Mafe Management, and at Mafe in Love with Me dot series. And you can also keep in touch with me via Instagram and Facebook as well. That's at Hello Beautiful Soul Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on my YouTube channel, Flourishing Bella.
Cool.
So, thank you everyone. Enjoy the rest of the day. Keep flourishing. God bless.
Bless. Thank you.